So Sony is buying Bungie for $3.6 billion. Now what? Well, we're going to find out much more about this on this episode of the Miami Geeks. Stay tuned. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks Weekly Updates, brought to you by DigitalCrackNetwork.com. I'm your host, Punch305. With me, as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
Today has been quite a day, hasn't it?
But yeah, it's been quite a day, and especially in the gaming industry, Willie, because, well, first, before we get started about that, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just to know we come up with some amazing news, which is 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, and a little something, excuse me, gas, in between. So
like,
now,
yeah, a little something in between, like what was in his throat just now.
So let's get started. And biggest news that happened all today, this morning, was that Sony is buying Bungie for $3.6 billion. Now, there's been a lot of speculations, especially from my end, when I saw that Jeff Keighley put out there that it happened, like that's it, they bought it, boom, bang, gone. But that's not the outcome here, Willie, is it?
Well, that's what you get for listening to someone who probably guzzled a little bit of Mountain Dew Baja Blast hard.
Most likely, he went hardcore on that one for sure.
No, I mean the booze version of Baja Blast.
Yeah.
I wonder if that means he was eating those Doritos Tapatíos too.
Oof, fire.
Those are good.
Those are fire.
Good. No, those are
good.
But anyway.
But anyways.
I mean, it's basically they're according to what's going on, it's supposed to be that they're in negotiations.
Yeah.
But it was announced in a joint press release, which is kind of like saying, yeah, we'll get this done.
Okay.
Now, the details of this this purchase is that, yes, Bungie will be part of Sony, but they're going to remain independent.
Okay.
And they'll be able to self-publish. So, I'm thinking, this is my thought, this is not part of what's said, that it's a situation where Bungie will still be able to make Destiny, which is everybody's big worry, and make it multi-plat, meaning that it will be on all consoles like it is now. Well, I should say all consoles not named Nintendo Switch.
Of course.
And Sony won't have any say in that. But since Bungie is part of Sony, I would think that there may be other projects that might come up that will be Sony exclusive.
Okay.
That's just a guess. But yes, the joint press release came out with Kenichiro Yoshida, who's the president and CEO of Sony Group Corporation, and Pete Parsons, who's CEO of Bungie. They announced it. Yes, we're going to buddy up.
All right. Now, I have one question for you, Willie. And it's one that I'm pretty sure has been driving everyone's mother insane. What about Halo? What's going to happen with Halo now with this?
What about it?
No, I'm just saying.
Wait.
I know you and I.
Wait, I know why you're asking that question, and I'm going to say, exactly I saw an article. I'm not going to say the website because I'm not here to shame.
I am,
but I saw an article that basically was titled, "Here's the skinny on whether Sony or Bungie own any part of Halo." And the article was essentially 4 very tiny paragraphs that could have been easily summed up in one word. No.
Yeah, no.
Halo is owned by Microsoft.
Dude.
So if Sony did this because they had any hope that maybe Bungie has something to do, no. When Bungie split from Microsoft, Microsoft retained the rights to Halo. Just like when... Well, no, it's different. When Nintendo split from Rare took all their properties with them and the IPs. So Nintendo doesn't own Banjo-Kazooie.
But still,
whatever.
But still, like the fact that we had to come down to bring up this type of subject about what's going to happen to Halo, it made me dumber by the second.
I will say that article was basically just SEO, just basically trying to get traffic to the website.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
it got us to look at it. I mean, they did something right. I guess.
I respect the game.
So do I.
I respect the game. But anybody who knows anything about anything having to do with video games knows that Microsoft owns Halo.
Yes.
If not, then they have some explaining to do, considering they're still releasing Halo games.
They're gonna learn today. But still, man, it's true though. I mean, but the whole speculation about that, that's what really I wanted to bring up, just to make sure that everybody understood that Halo's not gonna go nowhere. Until right now, Microsoft owns it. They're still doing things with Microsoft. Punto y aparte. That's it. It's done.
That's right.
Okay?
Right now, 343 Studios is the one doing Halo. The day Microsoft gets tired of them, who knows? Maybe they'll put Activision Blizzard on it.
Yeah. And now, what do you think, Willie? You think there's more things that we could bring up about this, about the whole thing with Bungie and the Sony acquisition? If it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and when's going to go down? What's going to be? What are we, the gamers, going to get out of it? That's actually the real question. I'm pretty sure that everyone really wants to know. What are we going to get out of it?
Nothing. I mean, thankfully, since Bungie is going to remain self-publishing, that means that their main IP right now, which is Destiny, will not go exclusive. But having Bungie on call as a developer for Sony is a benefit for them.
Okay.
Now, I will admit that when I first saw this story, before I read into it, I was immediately upset because we're seeing a very worrying trend, and we talked about this before when Microsoft announced that they're buying ActiveBliz. We're seeing all this consolidation between the hardware manufacturers, where they want to gobble up as many developers as possible. And we need third-party developers to be able to develop for multiple consoles, because it's always good when you have choice.
Yes, it's always
Microsoft going and saying, "Oh, we're buying ActiveBliz. That's ours now, and we can do whatever we want with it. And if you want to play XYZ game, you got to buy our console." I mean, it's not going to affect me.
No,
I'm going to end up buying all the consoles anyway. No, it's not just that. I'm going to buy every console regardless.
Yes.
I will eventually have a PS5 and an Xbox Series X. But for the average person, and for people who like to stick to a certain platform, like our good boy, our good buddy Agent Joe.
Yes.
That sucks. He's actually upset at the fact that he might have to buy a Microsoft console now. That's not, again, consumer choice.
No, absolutely.
It's good when we have the choice and we can decide what platform we want to support. Not be forced into buying a platform because, we want to play this one game.
But you know what? With all that being said, Willie, I would love to hear what our audience has to say about this. Please, comment down below. We would love to know your thoughts about this whole thing going on with Sony, Bungie, and being bought for $3.6 billion right now. Which it's still up, it's still in talks. So please comment down below. Let's hear your thoughts, your predictions on what's going to happen here with Sony and Bungie. But we shall continue on. And Willie, are you excited for the state of play that's coming up on the 2nd of February?
Not really.
Okay, good. Because I thought you were gonna be very excited. The fact to know that state of play is not gonna show any freaking games at all. They're gonna show you only Gran Turismo 7. That's it. It's supposedly that's all they're gonna be showing on this state of play.
And they're gonna show the PS5 version of it.
I'm okay.
It's a 30-minute.
I'm alright with that.
It's a let's just call it where it is.
Yeah.
A 30-minute masturbatory session with cars.
Yeah. Technically, that's what it is. And all going to happen on the 2nd of February.
Oh, and it makes sense. They want to show off what the PS5 can do. They want to get people to buy the console.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love to buy the console if they could find one.
Very much.
But that's a totally different thing. Still. Yeah. I mean, like, Polyphony Digital is trying really hard to get me to believe that, yes, this thing is going to come out when they say it's going to. I mean, it might just. But you know what? You will be able to enjoy it. You have a PS5.
Yeah.
You can watch this. Maybe they'll tell you, maybe they'll have a segment where one guy will tell you how the tires taste. Maybe one guy will sit there talking, very, 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 very eloquently about, how realistic the smoke is.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna probably get into that level, and I'm pretty sure that if you pre-order this game today, you're gonna get the little the little pine scented thing for your window that smells like new car scent Gran Turismo.
No, edition. It smells like the inside of a PS5.
There we go. We're gonna have that as a new scent,
and we're gonna hear Serge talk about how he loves Gran Turismo because he loves the simulation, and then proceeds to buy it and play it on his controller.
Oh man, Serge, I hope you're watching because this is all yours, all for you, bro.
Put it up on screen.
What? All that?
No, don't do that.
Oh don't do that. I can't. That's so much. I want to gain people watching it, not lose them.
No, I can't do that. Serge is a good guy. I don't want to do that to him. But yeah, he actually loves the simulation, but plays with the DualShock.
I love Serge. Serge is awesome. Let's continue on, Willie.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
He is. Let's continue on. Which this is one subject that I'm pretty sure you're gonna be more experienced in telling me about right now, Willie. And it's Blizzard is cracking down on WoW boosting communities. Now, when I'm hearing this sentence alone, I'm already thinking about this whole boosting community just so we can level up faster. Now, why are they cracking down on it? Isn't that a good thing that you're having a community to boost, like help each other out, or is this something totally different than what I'm thinking about?
Let me get some background here so you know what we're talking about here.
Absolutely.
In World of Warcraft, there are groups, there are guilds that help people with leveling up characters and doing content that might be harder for them. That's what guilds are for. And those are the communities that in World of Warcraft that Blizzard wants to actually stress that, that's the good way of doing it. But there are groups that announce that they will help people, they will help carry people through end game content, like later raids and Mythic Plus dungeon keys for money.
Oh.
That's what Blizzard's trying to crack down on.
Oh,
and that's something that I think is important to look at because that kind of stuff exists in every game. You're always going to have a community of people that will help you, like, you want to go in and get some wins, join them.
Got it.
Matter of fact, I know of an Overwatch group. Now, this is for the PS4 version, so it's not like it's anything that... It's a PS4 version, and it's like an online boosting group, like people who want to get trophies.
Yeah.
They'll help boost people for that. And no, I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. I understand though.
But they're talking about this is being done for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, any transactions that happen for real world money in an MMO ruins the MMO. Because it's like, you're giving money to other people who may be dodgy and doing things outside of the intended way,
mm-hmm.
just to get shit that you maybe didn't earn. That pisses off Blizzard because they don't want you spending money on other people. No, spend money on us.
Yeah. And
that pisses off the community because there are people who dedicate themselves to hardcore raiding and Mythic Plus dungeons. Mythic is a difficulty in World of Warcraft for dungeons and raids.
Okay.
Mythic is basically high level. If you can clear a Mythic dungeon or raid, you get better gear, and in the case of raids, special mounts.
Willie, so before you continue on, so technically what we're looking at is we're looking at users just pretty much giving money to other users just to get exclusive content and to boost them up.
Just to basically run through content they wouldn't run through normally, and to get rewards they wouldn't normally get by playing the game because they don't play that.
Got it. I don't know how you feel about that. Like,
I personally, if it's done with in-game gold, I don't think it would be that much of a problem. And that's something that like what Blizzard is trying to do. What they're banning, well, what they're prohibiting is the ability for people to pay for actual money, using actual money, pay for a carry through a Mythic Plus dungeon or a Mythic raid.
Okay.
They'll still allow some kind of stuff to be done through the community, like I said, like guilds.
Mm-hmm.
But not for profit.
Got it.
Because if anyone's going to profit on that game, it's going to be Blizzard.
Of course. But I don't know. I just feel like don't you feel like it's like an easy way out for certain people?
Well,
like,
of course.
Just,
I mean, that's basically that's a roundabout way of saying pay to win.
Got it. Yeah,
and no one likes
what we talk about.
And no one. I mean, I'm not gonna say no one, but lots of people who invest time and money in these games, especially time, don't want to have someone circumvent things to be able to get things that they're working really hard to get.
And I understand completely, like 100% understand.
So
completely.
that's in any game.
Yeah.
You see that. You know, there's always accusations of pay to win when publishers do it. That's not. You know, all we got to do is look at Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Mm-hmm.
When they added their own pay-to-win mechanics, people got pissed off at. Well, if the publisher can't do it, you sure as hell can't. So it makes sense.
No, it does. You know, and I don't like it. I don't really like the idea. I don't like that. People are just choosing the pay-to-win style. I personally think that should be frowned upon, and they should put like some sort of icon in your head saying, "Yeah, you got it, but you never went through it." Like some sort of like weird thing. I don't know, man. That's just me going.
Well, I mean, those things ultimately get found out. If you see someone that has a mount that you can only get by completing a mythic raid, but you check their gear, and their gear is like there's nowhere near the requirements for that raid. You know, they pretty much call themselves out.
Got it. All right. Well, fine. Then, you know what? Being that we already gave our opinion on this type of subject, again, this goes right back to our audience. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Do you guys agree or disagree for people doing this? This pay to win style, do you think this proper punishment should be done? Comment down below. I would love to know what you guys think about it. And I'm pretty sure that Willie and I are going to be reading everything and commenting about it, when we see it. But let's continue.
I comment when I can. You know how it is.
Oh no, of course. But at least you bring all the knowledge. I just look into it, read it, and thoroughly kind of like talk to you. I'm like, hey, Willie, this happened. What do you think?
I mean,
but that's
it's good to talk about it. Like, listen, just because I don't like something doesn't mean there's plenty of people who don't mind that.
Of course,
that kind of stuff. Like in South Korea,
mm-hmm.
pay to win is pretty much a given.
Yeah, but like at least with us, we don't literally sit here and agree to everything. We have our discussions back and forth, but we always come to a middle where we understand what's going on, at least. So that's what I like to bring to the audience, just to comment down below. Let's talk about it, so we can have something to share something and come around somewhere in the middle and just talk and agree to something. But we're gonna not agree to what I'm gonna bring up right now, and it's NFTs. NFTs are going everywhere here, and I'm already sick and tired of it. Look, Atari's combining NFTs with loot boxes for its 50th anniversary. Look, first of all, Atari has made gaming history many times in the last half century and so on. And of course, you cannot go off and not say that you don't know Atari when you know very well that Atari's been around for so long and you guys know the little symbol and stuff like that, which is fine. But now we're getting NFTs from them, and they're gonna put in loot boxes. Willie, why? And it's gonna be giftable. What's the whole point, dude? It's just a freaking image.
let's start with the thing that I have to say all the time when we talk about these imbeciles.
Yes.
This is not the Atari that came out in the 70s.
No.
The name has been passed around like a bong in Snoop's trailer.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay, they're a totally different company from the way they were in 1975.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, well, technically they're 1972 because that's the 50th anniversary, and they're celebrating the 50th anniversary by taking two terrible tastes that taste terrible together:
Ugh.
the loot box and the NFT.
Yes.
They're calling them GFTs, as in gifts.
Yeah. Ugh.
Because basically, you can gift someone this GFT, which is a loot box that will contain NFTs of different rarities.
And I should quote the horse from Ren and Stimpy. No, sir, I don't like it. Nope.
I will quote myself at 3 o'clock in the morning when I can't find my car, and suddenly I realize I don't know where I am.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
It sounds so genuine. I like it.
And the thing is not that they're doing this. It's that they're leaning hard on this as this is a great gift idea.
It's not.
I saw somewhere where someone was comparing it to Hallmark cards.
No,
and I'm like,
yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes. This is like Hallmark cards if Hallmark cards gave you asbestos poisoning. If opening a Hallmark card resulted in your fingers being cut off and your eyes being gouged out, yes, exactly the same.
No, be this one. I personally, I don't like this idea. I'm dying for this fat to go away, to be honest. Like, it's even worse than the the Island Boys, that thing. This should be dead too. NFTs, no, this is a no-go for me, dude. This is just a waste of money.
Somewhere in some really, really dark office, Bobby Kotick is crying because he didn't think of it first.
Oh, I'm pretty sure, but he has the money to invest in it, though. He has it.
Oh, fuck him! I don't give a shit. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about the fact that he didn't think up this bullshit.
Well, I could
have put NFTs in a loot box. Then he jerks off with a $100 bill.
Oh, pretty much. You know. But fuck Bobby Kotick, first of all. We don't have to bring that guy up ever.
No, don't fuck him.
No, bleh.
Please. Let's all, as a society, let's all agree to never fuck that man.
And I totally agree with you on that, man. It's the best. It's actually one of the best ideas ever. I love that one. But we have to continue on because I'm not going to stay stuck here with loot boxes, Bobby Kotick, and Atari right now. No, I'm in the wrong place for this.
This can't be said enough. Fuck Atari.
Oh yeah, big time. But I want to sit here and make everybody feel bad for a few seconds. Besides the fact that we talk about NFTs and Atari and this guy, let's sit back and give you something to be like, I hate it already. And it's people talk about the Tony Stark returning to the MCU, but there's a but to this. So there's a lot of word about Tony Stark that they want him to return to the MCU, but the writers for No Way Home says it's a non-starter. So what does that mean, Willie? Does this mean what I'm thinking it means? Because from what I read, this whole non-starter thing that they're talking about is because they feel that the whole reason for like, how can I put this in other words? The whole reason with Tony Stark being gone is because we have Spider-Man pretty much was dwelling about it, but now he kind of found his own bearings now after everything he's been through, and it's like there's no reason to bring back Tony Stark. But is that so though? Is that like a thing? Like, is that even possible?
Well, first of all, before you say anything, this is comic books.
Yes.
Anything is possible.
True.
In comic books, there was a story where Carol Danvers was raped by a man who she then gave birth to. Let that center in your head for a little while.
I giggled the minute I heard, like, it made sense. I'm like, no.
Right. So, comic books.
Yes.
Okay? There's a person whose power is to drop little gold balls out of his body.
Yes.
And those bodies are actually eggs that hatch mutants that died back in the past.
Gross.
That being said, is it possible? Of course it's possible. Now, they're talking about the whole non-starter thing.
Yes.
With regards to Spider-Man. Primarily. That's why it's important to point out that the writers for Spider-Man No Way Home, Chris McKenna and Eric Summers,
yes,
are the ones saying this. They're saying it because, okay, and I guess this is the part where I have to say, if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home yet, spoilers.
Yeah.
But the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home saw Peter Parker basically forgotten by the entire world because he asked Doctor Strange to make everybody forget about him. And so now he's basically the Spider-Man that everybody knows from the comic books and the previous two movies. Where he's not Iron Man's protege or, understudy or whatever you want to call it. He's his own person.
Yeah.
So yes, in that regard, having Tony Stark return for a Spider-Man story absolutely is a non-starter. Will he return? Well, possibly, but not in the way that you want. Robert Downey Jr. has said many times that he's done. And truthfully, with the whole multiverse thing going on now, you don't need him. There's still talk about how there's going to be a bit part in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness where Iron Man is going to show up, Tony Stark, but it's going to be Tom Cruise and not Robert Downey Jr.
If that happens,
for those who don't know,
I'm not going to be mad. I won't be mad.
For those who don't know, Marvel Studios initially wanted Tom Cruise to be Tony Stark, but Jon Favreau was the one that insisted, no, it has to be Robert Downey Jr.
Good choice either way.
The rest is history. The rest is history. No, listen. Tom Cruise is a lot of things. Tony Stark, he is not.
No, but I would still like to see him as Tony Stark.
I would like to see that alternate universe.
Yeah.
And the one where Scarlett Johansson is Black Widow. I'm sorry, not Scarlett Johansson. She is Emily Blunt. Because Emily Blunt was going to be, but scheduling caused her to bow out, and then Scarlett Johansson took over. So yeah, go nuts with it.
Absolutely.
Bring Terrence Howard back.
Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
Make him Rhodey.
All right, but now Willie, let's continue on because we're gonna be running in circles with this whole thing with Tony Stark and all that good stuff. Let's talk about Halo. The trailer dropped yesterday, and we got an opportunity to see it. Now, I know you did not like the fact that they used Phil Collins' song in this trailer. Am I correct?
Absolutely correct. And would you like to know why?
Please, go.
Because I would like for them to come up with, Halo has an iconic theme.
Oh, definitely that.
Correct.
Yeah, oh my God,
you would think that they would sprinkle that in somewhere, but instead they decided to grab a pop song and do the cheap cop out that most movies do.
Which I totally agree with you though. I agree with you there. Okay.
There's only one instance where I said, you know what? No, that's perfect. When they used a popular song for a movie. And you know which one I'm thinking.
Thor
Ragnarok.
Yes.
When I first heard that Immigrant Song was on there,
oh my God,
I was gonna give the typical, oh my God, they use a fucking. But then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. This is Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
This is fucking amazing.
Yes, and it made all the sense because of everything he was going through.
The teaser trailer had a Immigrant Song playing, and I'm like, this is the greatest trailer I've ever seen in my entire life. And then in the opening moments of the movie, they played Immigrant Song.
Yeah, which made it instant.
And then at the end, they played Immigrant. I was not mad, although I still prefer the cut that I have. I still have it where they're playing Dancing Queen in the final battle.
Yeah, if I could play that without getting demonetized or copyright,
ladies and gentlemen, it is as glorious as I'm making it sound.
Please, how about this? Like, before we continue on, go to our freaking Instagram page. Send me a freaking DM or whatever you want to say, and that you want to see that. We actually have it. It's on our page somewhere in there. I'll make sure.
I have it on my hard drive right now.
It is the most.
I ripped it because it had been taken down several times, and I'm like, no, this magic needs to be preserved.
Indeed. But Willie, let's continue on. Because, okay, so overall, we already know that the theme song, you did not like it because they did not use the Halo theme song, which I totally agree. But overall, the trailer itself, let's talk about that. What did you feel? The fact that we got to see Master Chief, and this is gonna be kind of like an origin story-ish kind of. I mean, we're talking about him, but it's kind of like I don't know, it's just him in there. And I gotta say, they did use the actual voice the actual voice actor, right? Because it sounded just like him.
I can't either confirm or deny.
Well,
truthfully,
it sounded like him.
I didn't care.
Okay. Tell me more, like, tell us more about this, the reason, like, your thoughts about the whole trailer in general, besides the song.
I was not as big a fan of Halo as everyone else, though I did enjoy playing the first two games, especially playing against my son.
Yes.
I think the last one we played together was Halo 3, I believe. But I kind of fell off. I didn't like the whole I have not followed the Halo mythos in quite a while.
Yeah.
So this was not for me. I'm not the Halo fan that you're looking for.
All right. Let me give you my point of view right now. All right, Willie, since you gave us a point of view about how you felt about the trailer for Halo, let me give you my impressions. I've never played a Halo game at all. Never. At all.
Liar.
Not even once.
Liar.
When did I play Halo?
We played it in college.
Okay, college is a different time that my brain don't remember either.
Yeah, because when you play it in college, it's not called Halo, it's called Hola.
Yes, Hola. But even then, I played maybe enough to not remember it to now. I just don't remember it. Like, it was like, whatever, and just kind of left that as is. But now, during the whole years of Halo's growth and stuff like that, and all the consoles I've been in, I've never played it at all. Like, that's how, like, I can't remember even playing at that time. But I got to see this trailer, and I got to say that I kind of dig it. I feel this is kind of like the Mandalorian Extreme, but I just think that there's something in there that it's not showing us, and I'm kind of down to seeing it.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're not gonna give everything away.
No. But it's not what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm trying to say there's something within that trailer that's very cryptic, and I feel that it's like, wait a minute, I want to see, because I feel that there's something in behind this first episode when we see it that it might give me the yay or nay if I like it or not. But from this trailer, of course, they're gonna give you all the good things that you want to see. You get to see Master Chief. You got to see Cortana, which like, even that, like, I was like, all right, we got to see Cortana looking like a cosplayer, but it's not bad either. I mean, I'm not want to complain about it, but it's all right. But overall, like, everything I saw, the monsters, him using the freaking the blade, the way he handles his weapon, I'm okay with it. I just want to see how this series is gonna go. And again, like for every TV series and stuff like that, I always pray for the best. But again, that's just my opinion. And Willie's opinion is pretty much the same, like a different opinion than mine's.
There's only one thing that can help turn it around for me and bring me in 100%.
What?
That we get a cameo from way out in left field.
What?
And it will make sense in this universe.
If it's a fucking raptor with Danny Zuko's hair or whatever, I'm disappointed.
I said in that universe.
Oh, okay.
Big Zam.
Okay. Big. For those that don't understand what's going on here, I'm gonna give you a small clip from what we're talking about.
Maybe we should play as normal Gundams.
You're right. I should mix it up.
I'm gonna be Big Zam again.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna be Psycho.
Hey,
Gundam.
Big Zam. Sweet.
And there it is. Yes, we're talking about Big Zam. And why not Big Zam? Because Big Zam is everything. And I'm pretty sure it'll make total logic sense in this universe. Right, Willie?
I mean, it's spaced.
I mean, true.
So, yeah.
But you know what? Being that we're talking about space and we talked about the Halo breakdown, let's talk about something even more interesting, which I'm pretty sure Cousin Jose is going to be very ecstatic to know that Hocus Pocus 2 is done. They already have a release date. Well, not a release date, but they're going to be making sure it's released on Halloween, like around October. So maybe the 31st. Yeah, if they release on Halloween day, that's awesome. But it's done. They already announced it on their Instagram. Sisters! And that's a wrap. You know, I can't really go that high. I'm probably, ladies and gentlemen, my voice doesn't really allow me. But yes, that's it. Hocus Pocus 2 is done. We're going to be seeing it this year on October. Fantastic. And I'm pretty sure that Cousin Jose and I are going to be talking about it like a bunch of schoolgirls because we love the first one. We're very fanatics about it. We always look forward to it on freaking Freeform to watch it every year for every hour because why not, right? Willie, I'm not even going to ask, but I have to. Your thoughts, please.
I'm just wondering if when Sarah Jessica Parker's character comes out, are they going to play the theme to Sex and the City and confuse her completely?
Please. Yes. I would love that. I would love that. You know, that'd be great for them to play Sex in the City. And she's like, sit. Wait, where am I? And she just looks around.
Yeah. She goes from being a witch to wondering how the rent in New York is.
But yeah. And that'd be fantastic. Now, we're going to be ending this one with another trailer. And it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel trailer. Now, this is supposed to be a movie or a show, Willie, before I continue on, which I thought was going to be a show.
It's going to be a movie.
Okay, so it's a movie. So it's an actual continuation.
I believe so.
Because I thought that they were going to say they were going to make a series of this. That's why I was kind of confused about it. But apparently, you're right. This is going to be a movie. And this is kind of like the new Halloween movie. It takes place nearly 50 years from whatever happened in the first freaking Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which we get to see we get to see a lot of murder in this trailer, like all the murder technically, but we get to see, I guess, an original cast member or original freaking survivor that wants to go back to see Leatherface again and handle and pretty much take care of him. Kind of like Lori when she wanted to see Michael dead again in the freaking Halloween movie. Now,
okay.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, when we saw Halloween and that, I was like, all right, this is actually pretty cool. But now that I see that they're trying to pick up this trend of doing movies like that, I'm already getting a little worried about it. Now, we got to see Leatherface doing his Leatherface things. We got to see some pretty good kills from what it looked like. Now, what are your thoughts about this, Willie, that they're doing this all over again? Like they're bringing Leatherface out after 50 years.
You sure you want to know this?
No, I already know your answer, but our audience wants to know.
Listen, Netflix is just trying to jam as much original content into their service as possible to keep people on the service. I understand that. That being said, Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. They're taking a little spin, a little Halloweenish spin on this because Sally Hardesty is supposed to be coming back. She was the original survivor of the original movie,
yes.
Which 1973, folks. We've been at this shit since 1973.
Yeah.
But okay, there's always going to be a subset of fans that don't care how many movies of this comes out. A very good friend of mine I'm not gonna say what I actually call her because that's not fit for consumption here. But she's the one that I go with whenever a new horror movie comes out in theaters. She's the one I go with. Like, I am betrothed to her in the horror sense.
Absolutely.
And she's ready for this. She's frothing at the mouth for this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah. And just in case for everybody that's wondering when it's going to come out, it's coming out to Netflix on February 18th, which you would have thought this movie would have been something, for October, but no, we're getting it a couple days after Valentine's Day, which I was like, what makes it say I love you more than a chainsaw to the heart, right?
If you listen to Cousin Jose, every day should be Halloween.
That'll be his podcast technically. Every day should be Halloween. That's it. Enough said.
But then the question that I have is, what happens on October 31st?
Time warp again?
If every day is Halloween, that means every day you're dressed up like, I don't know, Leatherface. And then October 31st, what's so special about it? Okay, I got it. Every day could be Halloween, so we always dress up in crazy outlandish shit. And only on Halloween are we allowed to wear regular clothes.
There we go. That makes perfect sense.
And we eat food instead of candy.
Yes.
And nobody throws eggs.
Yeah, nobody. It just sounds weird though.
I'm almost down with that.
Yeah, but you know what? We'll leave
because
that for our audience. I will love to know.
You know what the problem is then? I'll tell you what the problem is then. Because that means that we're going to have 364 days of women thinking it's a good idea to dress up as a slutty Teletubby.
No, stop. No.
This is true.
I don't need that.
This is true.
I don't need that.
Okay? So a slutty Squid Games character.
Maybe. But not Teletubbies.
No! Considering what happens in Squid Game? By the way.
I'll take that hit.
There is a porn of that, but because of course, Rule 34.
It's fine. We don't need to know about it right now.
But no, I mean seriously. I mean, how long can you go seeing women dressed up as, I don't know, slutty strawberry shortcake?
No, I think there's a limit until we just get bored and we're like, can you just dress regular for just one day?
There you go, and then Cousin Jose's idea is ruined, and then he'll become Leatherface.
There we go.
There's no winning.
There's no winning, folks. That's what Willie's trying to tell you. But I would like to know, what do you guys think about that, the trailer, and everything that we just talked about today? Please comment down below. We would love to hear your thoughts and talk about this. And with that being said, we're done. We finished. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today on this amazing show. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just so we come up with this amazing news, which is 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. Willie, any last words you want to share with our amazing audience?
What about a costume of a slutty raptor with the Danny Zuko hair and the Vin Diesel voice?
I guess he's trying to say bye in a different language. That's what I'm understanding.
I'm trying to horrify you is what I'm trying to do.
You're just go away, Willie. Stop.
I can't. I can't. You called me.
I know you called. You know what? Yeah, I did. Anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Hang up.
And we'll see you on Wednesday. Peace.